Hello, everybody. We are here with an Incredible Dream Studios team playthrough of Kinfire Council, our third game in our Kinfire series. I have the box right here with a physical copy, but because our team is all over the place, we thought we'd show you a Tabletopia version of our most recent up-to-date version and show you how the game is played. But with that said, we'll quickly do team introductions. Kevin will explain the game, and we'll dive right on in so you can experience the joy of Kinfire Council. So my name is Ilya Ushakov. I'm the marketing manager. I go by he, him pronouns, and I do a lot of the marketing stuff for Incredible Dream. I'll pass it to Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin Wilson, also he, him pronouns. I am the lead of game design at Incredible Dreams, and I've been doing this for 25 years now. So I'll go ahead and pass that to Kathy.
I'm Kathy Bach. I go by she, her pronouns. I am the story editor for Incredible Dream. I do copy editing. I also help some with development and head up our external playtest.
And then Jane, round us off.
Hi, Jane Chung Hofecker, she, they, if you will. And yeah, I CEO of the company. I get to work with all these folk and just see the amazing stuff that they do every day. So that's me.
Awesome. Well, this game is also on Kickstarter, so you can check out all the information there. But with that said, I'll pass it over to you, Kevin. Let's go to the Tabletopia and let's learn how to play the game.
Oh, and just as a heads up for everyone who's watching, this is a prototype we're playing with in Tabletopia. There's a lot of stand-in graphics, a lot of stand-in stuff. We're still making it. We still have to make it all pretty at the end. So some of the art is real, but there's a lot of like little clip art bits and things and stuff that are going to go away by the end. So don't worry about that. All right. So it's going to reload for me for a second. But anyways, so the point of the game is that we are playing as the city councilors of the city of Dinlux. So we are in charge of running the city, basically, as all sorts of stuff is going on. Bad things are happening. There is the Cult of Altan is kind of trying to undermine the city and undermine the things we're doing. And one of the major projects that we have undergoing as the city council at this point in time is that we are building new Kinfire lighthouses in the area surrounding the city to kind of fight back the darkness, the magical darkness that descends every Starless Night. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to play it in a series of rounds, and the round's going to have kind of three major parts to it. There's going to be the Sun's Rise part, which is like preparation for the round. Then there's the meat of the round, which is the day's light phase. And then there's the kind of the resolution and cleanup of the round, which is the night's fall phase. So let's kind of go through this stuff a little bit. And you can see that we have the game all set up. And one of the things that you do at the start of the game is you randomly pair up each of the 6 counselors with one of the seekers. And this gives you kind of a unique power combination of, counselor power and a seeker power. Counselor power is like your major player power. And then seeker power is like an ability that one of your workers, special ability that one of your workers has. The seekers are kind of the characters that are featured in Kinfire Chronicles and Kinfire Delve. And so that gives you some kind of a fun little cameo there. And also, like I said, it creates a whole bunch of different starting positions for the game. So I am going to go ahead and select my character at the start of the game here. And I'm going to choose Vath with Valora as my seeker. And since I'm going to be the first player, I'm going to take this Seeker's Medallion and put it next to me to show that I'm the first player for now. I then take my score marker here, one of my influence tokens, and I'm going to place it on the lowest empty scoring space. So I'm at 1 to start. I also have my player board set up with 4 influence tokens to begin the game. There's 4 more set aside. And we're playing, 4 players? Let's see, how many workers is that?
Should be 4.
How many is it?
4.
4? Okay. So we'll get rid of our C and D workers. So I'll throw those away into the bag of nothingness there. All right, and then I've set myself to purple to kind of show who I am. in the Tabletopia. So next up, Jane. Jane has selected Selene to play, so Jane's going to be red. So we're going to take Jane's scoring marker and put her at the 2. And Jane has Selene and Asha as the seeker. Ilya?
I will take Talos.
Okay. So again, we'll put you in the next spot on there.
Mhm.
And Kathy, I think you wanted to play Elias.
Yep.
All right, so we'll take that marker and I'll put it there. And you can see we've got the scoreboard here, and then kind of down at the bottom there is the black marker, which is the cult's score. And that'll be important later on as we kind of go through the rules. So we've got our characters chosen, and that's kind of our basic setup. We got a couple of different parts of the game here. We have a 3-tiered main board, which is kind of the city of Dinlux itself. There's the tier 1 down here, which is the horseshoes. Tier 2, which is the middle level, which is the nests, and tier 3, which is top level, which is the coping. And basically, each of these areas have a number of spaces that workers can be placed into. It's worker placement mechanic. Actions down here in tier 1 are going to be free, but if you want to go to tier 2 to take an action there, you're going to have to pay taxes. And so the taxes here for tier 2 are 1 coin. So if you want to take an action up here, you have to pay 1 coin. Same thing for tier 3 up here, except the taxes are 2 coins. Any taxes you pay are going to go into this little bowl down here that we've got mocked up, which is the city coffers. That's like the sort of the city, fund that you can use to dip into to do various things in the game, depending on how things go. And so that's kind of the main part. On the left, we have kind of the status board here, which has got the decree cards, which are for voting, the research cards, which are kind of your action cards. Then there are skill tiles, which are various abilities that you can teach to your workers to upgrade them. You have the scoreboard here. And then we have, of course, the city needs right here, which is these are the things the city wants from us every turn. And if we don't meet them, the cult basically flourishes. So we want to make sure we take care of that every turn. Then there's the cult influence area, which is you can cozy up to the cult in the game if you want to try and do the alternate win condition, which I'll get to in a bit. And then down here we have the cult hideout and the discarded cultists, which is kind of where the cultists go for staging to go into the board and then when they leave the board. We also have a threat board over here on the right of the board, which is this is where various threats are going to pop out to threaten the city. And then above that, it kind of shows the lighthouse that we're currently building. There's a sheet that shows where we're building lighthouse, and then this sheet on the left here is like the tracker to show how much progress we've made on it. And finally, at the very top above that, these are hidden threats, which are basically a couple of hidden pieces of information of extra points that the cult has in its pocket that will get revealed at the end of the game. And you might ask, why do you care about the cult having points? Well, it's possible for the cult to win in the game. If the cult has the most points, the cult wins. And in that instance, basically, if no one has cozied up to them, then nobody wins. But if somebody has cozied up to the cult, if they've bought into the cult influence, the player who has bought the most cult influence, the conspirator, becomes the winner. So there's a way to kind of come back from last place and still win in that situation. So I don't want to get too long-winded with this. Those are just kind of like the main parts of the game. We all have our player powers and everything like that. But let's go ahead and start getting set up to play here instead of like droning on. So when we go into, we have the board set up. So now we want to go into like the sun's rise phase of the first round. And there's 2 parts to that. First, you want to prep the docket, which is kind of prepare the cards we're going to be voting on this round. So we're going to take 2 cards from the decree deck. I'm going to put them here, and then we're going to flip them over face up. we'll have a quick look at them. The card on the left here is Special Land Grant. It's an election. And basically, the way an election works is if an election gets the most votes, then whichever player voted for that election the most, the lead sponsor, whoever has the most votes on it, gets to take that card and keep it. And for Special Land Grant, it says at sunrise each round, this card's owner gains a food. So if you put the most votes on it and it passes, now you get a free food every turn. So it's a nice little thing. This card on the right, on the other hand, is a crisis. These are problems that are going to occur unless we pass this law. And so in this instance, if we do pass the Special Land Grant, then cult popularity over here on the right will actually trigger because we've neglected it. So we're kind of choosing our priorities a little bit there. So cult popularity, if not passed, draw 2 threats and add them to the hidden threats without looking at them. So, you know, more hidden points for the cult at that point. So it could be dangerous. All right. So we've we've prepared the docket. So now we're going to unleash the cult for the turn. And the way this works is we're going to go ahead and go down to the bag here, and we're going to draw out 3 cultists. And then we're going to resolve them from lowest to highest. And then any cult leaders, which are the red ones, we'll do those last. So first things first, we've drawn a 6 out of the bag. So this 6 is going to go to the number 6 space on the board, and it's going to block that space, just like a worker would in a worker placement game. You know, worker placement game, you can only have 1 worker in each of these circle spaces. And we look over at the threat board, and it has 1 through 6, 7 through 12, 13 through 18. Well, that's 6, so it's going to trigger 1 through 6. We draw a card because there isn't one there, and now we have a curse looming in that space. So every time a cultist 1 through 6 comes out, we're going to progress this by putting a trouble token onto it. And if there are ever 4 trouble tokens equal to that number on the left, then this card is going to trigger and bad things are going to happen. So let's go ahead and get our second cultist, which is number 10. So cultist number 10 goes there, and we trigger 7 through 12. So we have Vainglory's Well, which that one's a very dangerous one. We'll have to see how that goes. And then we have our cult leader. And the way a cult leader works is they don't go out onto the board. They're going to go down here to this cult leader space. And the way they work is effectively you can kind of pretend that they are a 6, a 12, and an 18 effectively. So we're going to put a token here on the 1 through 6, a token here on 7 through 12, and we're going to get a card here for 13 through 18. And we have another one of the Well Masters from Delve, Scorn. So we have some pretty spicy big threats over here. All right, that's an interesting start to that. All right, so that now finishes up the Sun's Rise phase. So we've prepped the docket, we've unleashed the cult. So now it comes down to the second phase, which is going to be dispatch workers. And this is the part where we're going to play all our workers out and all that. And so I have the first player marker, so I'm going to go first. And I'm going to try and do something nice and simple to begin. And I am Vath. So let me look at my player power real quickly here. So Vath of the Tusk Rippers. I am the commander of the city. I begin the game with 2 sentries. I'll explain that in a second. And each time I arrest a cultist, I gain my choice of 2 coins, 2 victory points, or I can cast a vote. Now, so I like arresting cultists, and the sentry ability means I like meeting city needs. So I did talk about meeting the city needs earlier. Sentries give you extra points. Each of them gives you an extra point for meeting a city need. So I like meeting city needs. So what I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to go out here. I'm going to go to space 5 here to the fishing fleet. And I have my choice there of either getting 2 coins or 2 food. So I'm going to take 2 food. 1, 2. And I'll do that. Now, after you play your worker, you have the option to then perform 1 errand. And there are 2 errands that you can normally do. The first one is to meet a city need, which I'm going to do right now. So to do that, I would look over the city needs. I would spend the resources shown on one of those spaces. So in this case, a food. So I'll take the food and I'll put it back in the bank. And then I can take one of my available influence tokens and I can put it next to that to show that I have met that city need. And at the end of the round, when we get to the resolution part of the turn, I will get points for that. So that was my one errand. I'm going to just meet a city need. Alternatively, if I wanted to, I could have sent a supply shipment to the lighthouse over here as my errand. But let's not go into that. Let's explain it the first time somebody bothers to do it. So I've played my worker. I have performed my errand. So my turn is over. Play passes to the next player, which goes to Jane.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. I am Hierophant Selene. Oh gosh, I love looking through all the different locations, and it's so hard to choose which one I want to do because I'm like, I would just wish I had workers to place everywhere. But I think for my first move, what I would like to do is probably take one of my workers here, just simply go here or hold on. Actually, maybe I will go here, just old reliable. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to pay 1 tax. I'll get my 2 coins back and a stone.
All right, so you're going to common gate. You're using the first option there, which gives you 2 coins and a stone. And you paid the one tax to the coffers because you went to tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did you want to perform an errand this round or this turn?
Yes, I would like to invest. I would like to send a shipment to the lighthouse.
Ooh.
Okay. So if you look at the sheet over here, the current lighthouse we're building is Ivan. There are 3 levels of shipments that you can build. There's a 1-floor level, a 2-floor level, and a 3-floor level. Jane is building the 1-floor level here by spending the stone, which is shown there. It has 1 dot next to it. You place a influence marker next to that shipment, and then because you're building 1 floor, we move this track up 1 space. At the end of the round, we'll look at this, and we'll see how big the lighthouse got, and that'll be how many points the various floors are worth and that sort of thing. So, but we'll get there when we get there. So you've placed your worker, you've done your errand. That's your turn. Ilya, you're up.
Oh, wait. As Selene, I get a victory point for every shipment I send, so I'm going to give myself a point.
Good catch.
All right. Got to stay on with those player powers.
I am Talos, and the ability I have is I can draw cards instead of casting a vote. And research cards are essentially a little bit of a twist of some of the things that you can do in this game. So something I want to aim for is try to get a vote, but there's a lot of things to kind of consider too, because I like cultists because they can complete the top level, which is beneficial. These threats are also pretty scary, and I can spend my cards as magic as often as I like. So I'm a good candidate to deal with some of these threats and get some of these high victory points. But the first thing I'll do is I think I will use, let's use Lona to go over here to location number 2, which is the tumbles. And then I'll spend 1 coin to train Loma as a guard. So I'll take the ability right here, and I'll place that here. So now Loma has the ability that when this worker arrests a cultist, the worker may still use its space's ability. So it gives me a little bit of flexibility in future rounds when arresting cultists. I cannot do an errand because I don't have stone or a food, and then I'll pass my turn to Kathy.
Okay.
I'm playing as Elias Talltide. My ability is that I begin with all of my influence, which is super juicy. I also get to run an additional errand every turn. And as an errand, I'm able to also pay a coin to train one of my workers in a skill, which no one else can do as an errand. They have to go to worker places to do. So I think because I get that extra errand, I think I might aim for trying to build some lighthouse. I'll join Jane in that. And so since I see that top tier requires a cultist, there are only 2 on the board. I feel like I want to snatch one now before there are no more. So I'm going to go to the space 7, and to arrest a cultist, I have to be adjacent to it. So because there's a cultist next to my space and here on the same tier, I'm going to go ahead and take that cultist into my supply. And then as an errand, I'm going to use my special ability to pay a coin. Oops. There we go. To take a merchant. And I'm going to put that on one of the workers I haven't played yet this round. And because I have an additional errand, I'm going to pay another coin. Oops. Put that in the bag. And, oh, I think I want a spy. So I'm going to take a spy for my worker B. And that's my turn.
That's a
All right.
spicy thing.
I'll go ahead and point out that right now we're still playtesting Elias. His power's pretty new, so we'll see how broken it is as we play. One thing to point out too with the adjacencies on the board is spaces between tiers are not adjacent to each other unless there's a staircase kind of showing the link there, like there's between space 6 and 9 here, for example. Right, so it comes back to me. I still have workers left, so I'm going to take a turn here. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think, I think I should probably try and get that other cultist while I got a chance to do so. So that's going to cost me. It's going to cost me a bit of money, but I think I will go up to the market gate with my worker here. So I'm going to play there. So I pay 1 coin to the coffers. And I hate doing this because Selene is coming up and her player power is that she can spend money out of the coffers like it's their own money. But, you know, such is life. Unfortunately, this worker isn't a guard, so I can't both arrest the cultist and do what I want with the space. So I'm just going to arrest this cultist. So I played adjacent. I'll take the cultist, arrest them. And my player power also says each time I arrest a cultist, I can gain 2 coins, 2 points, or cast a vote. I'm thinking I want to cast a vote here. So I'm going to go ahead and cast a vote. And I'm going to vote for myself to receive a special land grant because that gives me food every round. And Bath likes food. Food is good. And then to end off my turn, I'm going to perform an errand, which will be to spend a food to meet another city need. As I said, city needs are Bath's bread and butter in this game. So
Yeah, we got to stop Kevin there.
Yeah, it's looking dangerous.
right, that was me. Back to you, Jane.
Okay, well, I would like to point out that when you pay your taxes, you're being very patriotic and you're supporting the cause of the city for the glory of Dinlux.
That's right.
Yes. So I think what I would like to do is to reinvest our tax money into supporting our young elf Elna, Asha's protege over here. Would like to go up into the coping, and we'll invest in young Elna's growth as a young professional.
When Selene spends money, whether it comes from the coffers or from her personal spending, all that money goes to the bank rather than the coffers. So it uses up the coffers that way. So carry on.
Investment. It's an investment. So then I would like to get 1 grain, 1 vote, and a gem. 1 gem. I will vote. Now here's where I'm torn because this can't be good for me if I plan to win a pure victory, which of course I do as leader of the church. But yeah, I mean, extra grain in return does sound nice, but I think I'm gonna wait a moment. I have to pay attention now. Kevin has the first player marker, so or Elias, I should say. So if this were to be a tie, then they could tie break, and obviously they would have an incentive to do what they have voted for. So for this one, I don't know. I I think I'm gonna count on my fellow counselors to do what is right and join me and hopefully ensuring that the cult does not win because it's for the good of us all. Because my single vote alone cannot make it.
That is
So if we don't want the cult to win, I would say let's go there. And then so that would be that turn. And then I would like to pay the last city need as my errand. So I will send that here. Just helping Elias with meeting the city's various needs. That's all.
I had that well in hand. I'm Vath. I'm Vath though, not Elias.
Oh, Bath. Sorry. Yes, helping Bath. So
Nope, no worries. All right.
okay. I will proceed by doing something fun. So I will give 2 coins to the coffers to pay my taxes. So I will say you're welcome to Selene. And then I'll go to this space right here. So it's a city hall. It'll allow me to draw and add a decree to the docket and cast 2 votes. Now, there's a couple things I need to consider. Is I actually used Fane, my seeker, and Fane has the power of an artisan. So when played in a space with no patron, I'll gain the patron bonus for yourself. So the patron bonus in this little space is actually an influence. So I'll be able to gain an additional influence without having to go and pay for it through different means. Now, Talus's ability is instead of casting a vote, I can draw a card. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip and see what the new decree is going to look like. Oh, and it's another election, special supplier. So with this one, if it's passed, the lead sponsor will gain a stone at the beginning of each round. That doesn't compel me to vote. So instead, I'm going to take 2 research cards into my hand.
I like this choice.
Talos, what are you doing?
Oh no, they're going into my hand. So I'm gonna take them to the side here and reveal them slightly, and then remember them. So here,
We'll try not to peek.
take a look. So and then as my errand, I'm gonna use one of my cards. So I'll use the foreshadowing. I won't use this ability, but I'll actually use it as a magic and contribute to the lighthouse. So I'll place my influence in the second space, move it up 2 tiers, and then proceed from there. And now then I'll pass it over to Kathy.
All right. I think I'm going to spend my last coin. Sad. And I'm going to play my spy in the same place here as Selene. Because the spy has the ability to go in the same place as another player, or I can also go in the same place as a cultist. I would just have to boot that cultist to another space. So I send my spy here, and I'm going to take a magic. I can get 2 coin or a stone, or 2 coin and a stone, or magic, and definitely taking the magic. Oops. And then as my errand, I will go ahead and pay a magic and a cultist, which goes to the discard area, in order to build 3 levels of the lighthouse. So put the impulse token here, move the tracker up 3. 1, 2, 3. And I do have an extra errand, but I have nothing left, so that will be the end of my turn.
All right. So let's see. It's going to come back to me here. All the city needs are met, so that's a shame. But let's see. What else can I do here? Train a worker, maybe. That's always fun. Let's see. Is that the spy guard space is already taken up? I could train an artisan scholar. That's not really my speed as Vath. An artisan's kind of nice. Well, no, actually, I think I have a better thing to do here. I've got my my seeker Valora, and your seekers are your special workers. And the first ability they have is that they are seekers. They can be played outside Din Lux. So there's these spaces out here, all these hexagonal spaces that you see underneath the threats, and on the lighthouse space, you can go there with your seeker. So I'm going to send my seeker Valora here to the city of Ivan, to the forest market, which is going to get me an exotic good and 2 coins for doing that. And there's no taxes involved in going to the other city, so that's a good deal. But it does use up my seeker, so that's kind of the price there. So I'm gonna get that, and then Valora is also a noble. When played, once this turn, may pay a coin in place of a food, stone, gem, or magic. So for my errand, I am going to build a second level, 2-floor layer of the lighthouse by spending a coin instead of a magic. So I'm going to do that, take my influence token, I'll put it there, get in on some of this action. And so I'll build 2 floors, so 1, 2. All right.
Such a good lighthouse for building.
Hmm?
We're building such a tall lighthouse.
We are.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the threats at the start of the game are very large, so we've got a little bit of time this time. So it kind of encourages us to build high this round.
Mhm.
Just that always depends on like what kind of threats you have out and that sort of thing. So anyways, that was me. So back to Jane.
Yes, thank you so much. So I think for my turn, seeing as there's very good progress being made on the lighthouse, it's really attractive to me, especially because, more points per point. And I only have a measly 1 point. So what I'd like to do is invest in young Jacome, who's an elf priest and helps out the poor. Invest in him using our taxpayer money to send him up to the coping, to this lovely spot here, where he can use any ability of a tier 1 or tier 2 space. I would like to use the space number 15 to get my magic. Thank you. And I will turn around and invest to finish off the light tower, I believe, with an investment of magic into that. Boop.
All right. Now we can always build more floors past this point, but the track tops out at 10 there, so it won't be worth any more points beyond this point.
Okay.
All
Well,
right,
I'll jump
Ilya?
in.
Oh, and my point for investing in the lighthouse. Lest we
Oh, yeah.
forget. Lest we forget. Yes.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I actually have a card in my hand called Unearth Blackmail, and I'll play it.
Mm-mm.
So it gives me the ability to cast 2 votes. But of course, I don't want the votes. I want more cards. So I'll draw 2 more cards into my hand. Then I'll reveal what they are to the screen and see what I want to do with them. Ooh, this one's very nice and actually helps me do something that I've wanted to do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to send a worker here. But you ask, Ilya, how can you do that? Well, I have a humble merc. A humble merc gives the ability of a spy and a merchant for this turn. So I actually don't have any money to pay to the coffers. And the merchant's ability is to, where is the merchant here?
When played, you don't pay taxes, basically.
Exactly. And then the spy's ability is I can be played in a space that's occupied by somebody else. So it's a double good thing that's happening here. And what I'll do is I'll take 2 coins and I'll take a stone. And as my errand for the turn, I will appropriate funds as a magic and contribute again to the lighthouse, building it even higher to the sky. And then I'll pass it to Kathy.
All right. Let's see. I have no money, but I do have this merchant. I really wanted to go to the lighthouse, but Selene beat me to it. So I think instead I will take my merchant to necessities. So since merchant doesn't pay taxes, I don't need to pay anything. And I will take the 2 stone. And as an errand, I will pay 1 stone to build 1 level of the lighthouse. And since I get an additional errand on my turn as Elias, I will pay my 2nd stone to build another single level of the lighthouse. And that was my turn.
All right.
Last worker.
Last worker. So nothing unusual or special about this worker. I think though what I want is Yeah, I think I want another gemstone, so I'm going to send my final worker to over to the Scholar Circle, where I can pay a coin for either a research card or a gem. And so I'm going to pay a coin for a gem. And that will finish my turn. I could, in theory, run an errand, but I don't really have any of the stuff I need to run an errand, so I will just pass on that. All right. Back to you, Jane.
All right. Now, got conundrums here because one thing that I had really wanted to do was to win this vote or win one of these votes, but I could go to Montaigne Manor, but then I don't have enough influence to place 2 votes, so that would mean pulling it off of something else, which I don't really want to do. So instead, realizing that I'm about to lose this vote, I am going to invest in Asha, pay 1 as well, to go up here. She's a spy, so she can occupy space that's already occupied. I will take 2 food, 2 stone. And then with this stone, I'm going to pay down 1 more lighthouse build. And I will take this influence that I had previously voted, move my vote over here.
Oh no.
So then I get my victory point from that. Thank you. And that would be turn. Oh, yes, that's turn. Yes.
I also really don't want this to go off because 2 hidden threats does not bode well for any of us. But I'm selfish, and that's okay. I will take my fellow worker and I'll go to city planning. So I'll explain this because it's the first time we're doing it. We're actually able to upgrade a lot of these locations on the board by paying the allocated cost based on the tier. Not only does this grant us victory points, but it also upgrades the location and makes it a little bit more usable. So what I'll upgrade is I'll spend 2 points on my stone that I just worked so hard for last turn. And I'll upgrade one of the tier 1 locations, which is what I can, and I'll do the Scholar Circle. Now, when I do this, I get to place my influence token here and I become the patron. And now when somebody uses the Scholar Circle, I actually get to draw a card, which in my counselor case is really powerful because I can convert that to any resource I want. And the alternative 2 is now I can also go here and get a free card or an exotic resource, which is a great upgraded ability. So that's always fun.
All right, and don't forget you get 5 victory points.
I do
for upgrading that space. So
I'll go from 3 to 8. Thank you.
Nice.
And you have the opportunity for an errand, but I don't think you have any.
I have nothing
to do right now.
So that is me for the turn.
All right.
All right. My last worker is my seeker, and it is Roland, who is a scholar. And the scholar ability means that on my turn, in place of a coin of food, a stone, a gem, a magic, or a vote, I can take a research card. So we'll definitely be doing that. But first, let me go to space 8 here, and I'm going to take a coin. And in place of the food, I will take that research card. Put that into my hand. All right, and then as an errand, I will go ahead and sort of prepare for the next round. I will pay a coin to the supply, using my special ability to gain a skill. And I think for this one, I will take a noble, put it on my A worker here. And that is it.
All right. So play comes back to me. I'm out of workers. Everyone's out of workers now. So that is going to end the day's light phase. We're going to go down to the night's fall phase. So we're going to go through a couple of sub phases here in order. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to resolve the city needs for the round. So we look at the city needs, and basically for every city need that someone has met, they're going to receive 1 victory point, plus 1 victory point for every sentry they have. So in this case, Jane has met 1 city need and has no sentries, so Jane's going to get 1 point there. I am Vath. I have met 2 city needs and I have 2 sentries. So each of my city needs are worth 3 victory points to me. So that's 6 points for me. So I'm going to jump up to 7 there. At this point, we take back our influence markers. Now, if we hadn't met one of the city needs, what we would do is we would draw an extra cultist from the bag, and that would wind up in the cult hideout for next turn. So if you don't take care of the city, the cult starts to get more and more powerful. All right, so that was city needs. Next up, we're going to resolve the docket. So we look up and we're going to see which decree has passed. So in this instance, special land grant has passed. There's no tie to break. If there was a tie to break, player with the first player marker would have broken it, me in this case, which is why there wasn't a lot of fighting me. So I'm going to, we passed the special land grant, and since I'm the one who voted the most on it, I get to keep it. So,
Well,
that
quick
to me.
correction. The reason why that passed is that no one else here joined me in defeating the cult. So that's why.
That is a fair accusation.
Well, I'm not too worried about the cult popularity. We have plenty of we have plenty of sentries. We've got guards. Our military is more than up for the challenge. So, but since we did not pass the cult popularity decree, it triggers. So we draw 2 threats and add them to the hidden threats without looking at them. So those are going to go there. We will put this
I got
aside
it.
for a second.
Oh no.
It's the pile.
Okay. I'll do one at a time. It doesn't want to let me do 2. There we go.
Okay.
There's
And
5
we'll
there now.
put that on there. All right. And so that's now we resolved the docket. Then we're going to resolve the cult. So we would look out here on the board first of all, and we would see if there are any cultists that haven't been arrested that are still running around the city. If there were, let's say there was a cultist at number 4 still out on the board, then we would resolve that cultist again. So we would put another trouble on 1 through 6 here in this case. But there is no cultists out there, so that's all fine. The next thing we do is for each damage that has been done to the lighthouse, and no damage has been done to the lighthouse this round, we would move it down 1 space on the track. And then after that, the cult is going to receive the number of victory points shown to the right of where the track is, which in this case is just 1 point for the cult. We did a very good job of keeping them in check this round. Now, if there was so much damage that the cult actually would try and go below the bottom of the track, it would stop at the bottom, but it would be what's called grievous damage to the lighthouse, and we would then draw another threat and add it to the hidden threats. So you don't want to you don't want to let them run too wild unless you're just trying to go for that cult victory. So, but that takes care of resolving the cult. Then we're going to build the lighthouse. So now we look at the lighthouse and we get our points for this. So we look at the number on the left of where the track is. So what that means is every floor that someone built is going to be worth 4 victory points this round. So obviously it's a good thing that we all at least got in a little bit on this one. So everybody's going to grab their points, and I can see there's a chunk of points here. So I'm going to get mine real quick. We can do this in player order maybe. So purple, I built 2 floors for 8 points.
7 to 8 is 15.
All right. Red, looks like Jane has built 4 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4 at 4 points each. So 16 for red.
So 22.
Yes.
All right. And we'll take those back. Next up, Ilya, you built 4 floors as well. 2 times 2. So at 4 points each, that's 16 points for blue.
24, if my quick maths is correct.
And then Kathy here has built 5 floors at 4 points each. So Kathy, orange is going to get 20 points.
1. I like when you get tense because you just slide the token over.
Yeah, always nice and easy. All right, and that's the lighthouse has been built. So now we're going to drop the lighthouse back to the bottom. We're going to send anybody who's at the lighthouse sheet home, and we're going to discard that lighthouse. And now we're going to build a new lighthouse this next round in the city of Olander. So that is, the lighthouse has been built. So finally, what we're going to do is seed the floor and government waste. So to seed the floor, we retrieve our workers back to our sheets, and the first player will pass the speaker's medallion to the next player. And then government waste means we will empty the coffers so that we have a fresh empty coffers to start with next round. So I'm going to give the first player marker to Jane, and then I'm going
Criminal.
to go ahead and get my, oh, thank you very much. Thanks for helping me out there. All right.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be the end of the round.
That's round one.
So we go up now, we go back to the start of the round phase, prep the docket, and unleash the cult. So we get some new votes out. We have censor counselors. If passed, each player except the lead sponsor loses an influence,
Oh,
which is always nasty. And then belt tightening. If passed, the lead sponsor may discard any 2 city needs. If they do so, they gain 8 victory points, then lose an influence. All right, so lots of things that cost influence. And that gets rid of city needs, which I am morally and financially opposed to.
Answers, I think we got to
docket.
band together to get rid of some city needs here.
Yeah, boo, hiss. So, all right. So that's got the docket prepped. And then we're going to get our cult. We get our 3 out here.
Oh,
So, all right. 16, 17, and 18, you say. Okay, that's a spicy meatball.
No.
All right. So the coping is it's occupado this round. And that's a whole lot of activity for scoring here. So let's have a quick look at scoring. He needs 5 to trigger. He's already got 3 now. If triggered, deal 4 damage, and all laws and elections that have passed are discarded. Well, I don't like that. I've been elected special land grant. Speaking of which, I get a free food right now. So yay. All right. So we are now prepped to go. We have our cult unleashed. We have our docket prepped. We're going back to Day's Light, dispatching workers, and Jane, you are first.
Oh man, just so much to do, and like it's so hard to figure out where to begin even. I think I would like to start by. I think I just might upgrade a. Do I have enough to upgrade? I think I do. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for it. We're gonna send Win the orcish amputee over here. No, do I want to do that? No, hold on. Okay, sorry. I'm full of like, what do I want to do exactly? I think actually I will probably Why don't we invest in the future? I'm gonna actually take Win. I'm gonna put Win here. I'm gonna upgrade this amputee into a spy. He's now gonna be, and actually it'd be more fitting to have Asha's apprentice be elevated into spy status. So she's gonna join her mentee. I'm gonna pay 1 coin to get them upgraded. There we go. Where's the spy one? Here we go.
Red one in the middle, yep.
Okay. So now Elna has been promoted to spy status, so she can hang out with Asha. And for my errand, I will pay down a city need with the wheat I have. So I'm going to send that down. There we go. That's my turn.
amazing. I'm torn. There's so much again to do. But unfortunately, I don't have any money, so I do need to go in the no taxes area. And I think my best course of action is to actually get some coins. So I'll place my worker here to Isabel's Emporium and grab 2 coins. I will not fulfill any errands because I am poor at this turn. So I'll pass to Kathy.
All right. I also have no money, but because of my ability, I was able to last round grab a merchant. And so I can play higher without paying any taxes. I think I'm going to grab some votes because this is pretty juicy up here.
It is pretty juicy.
I'm actually happy with either of them passing, but I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 votes on belt tightening.
Ooh.
I am sorry, Beth.
I disapprove.
And then I have nothing to run an errand with, so that's the end of my turn.
All right. So clearly I have a lot of problems to solve, and y'all are no help at all. All right, what am I gonna do this round? Okay, so we got Lighthouse. We got Scorn's Well there, which I'm not a fan of. We also have the Laws up there, which I'm super not a fan of. Yeah, yuck. All right. Well, we may just have to live with that. I don't have a lot of ways to put votes up there that matter, with the coping completely occupied by the bad guys there. So I think what I'm gonna do here is, oh geez, I think I am going to go and send a worker to city planning, and I'm going to spend 2 coins and 2 gems to upgrade a tier 3 location. 2 coins, 2 gems, thank you. And so I'll take one of my influence, and I'm going to upgrade Lynn's on the Varn estate up here, so that if anybody goes there in the future, once that cultist is removed, I will now get a gemstone every time that happens. So, and in addition to that, since I upgraded a tier 3, that's 10 points for purple. So, whoop, 10 points. And last but not least, I do get to run an errand still. So I'm certainly going to do that. I will do my duty and take care of some city needs.
While they last.
As long as they're there, I'm going to take care of them. All right.
Okay. So for my turn, I'm afraid I don't think I have anything terribly clever this turn.
The Scholar Circle looks really nice, Jane. Just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I think the patron there is not really patriotic and doesn't really support the city's needs, or I don't know, seemed to vote against me last time. I'm just saying.
Apathy isn't voting against you.
Oh, well, it's your civic duty, right? Anyways, I think at this term I would like to do basically, yeah. I mean, I have to admit, Scholar Circle does look nice because I do want a gem. It would be so nice to have, but so would a lot of other things. I think I would. I'm going to send my winner, up here. I will actually pay a tax in the hopes of one day seeing this tax money invested into someone else on my team. And then I will collect a wheat and a gem. So 1 more gem, 1 wheat. I'm going to immediately pay the wheat to pay another city need, which is why that will go. No, actually, no, I won't.
You don't have to. I can take care of that for you later.
Yeah, I will let you have it. I will just take the wheat. That's it.
I did throw your coin into the supply because all of the coins that Selene spends actually go to the bank instead.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for correcting me. And I think as my errands, then I will pay down 2 gem to build the lighthouse. So there's my 2 gem. Here's my 1 influence up here, and then I get 1 point for sending a shipment. That is all.
No, 1, 2, 3 up on the track. Okay.
Now, I'm thinking of being evil, but I don't think I will be. Because something I could do is I could, in theory, go to this space and block any ability for people to arrest cultists. Sure, people can use spies to move them around and later, but it gives pretty good odds for this jumping off and then doing some significant damage to the lighthouse. But because I'm a faithful servant to the city, I will not do that yet. I'll go here with my guard, and I will spend 1 coin to the coffers to do that because it's a tier 2 location. Now, the guard's ability lets me arrest a worker, but still use the ability of the space. So I am going to arrest this worker, and then I'll get 2 coins and a stone. And then I could, in theory, run this bottom errand, but I don't think I'm going to. I will pass my turn to Kathy instead.
All right. I have no money, and so I'm gonna have to go to the bottom tier and find some. And I think I will send Roland here. I will take 1 coin, and since it is Roland who has the scholar ability, I will also take a card. Let me just peek at it. Ooh. All right. And I'm not going to run an errand, so that's the end of my turn.
All right. Well, let's see. I think my turn is pretty simple here. I have some clear mandates I need to perform. So why don't we go ahead and send my worker here to work on a nearby farm to get me a coin and a food, so that I have something to work with on the future turns here. And then the food I'm going to spend immediately and meet that last city need one last time at least before it goes away. So that's my turn.
That is
All
fair.
right.
Well, it's not my turn. Oops. I was ready.
No worries. I think what I'm gonna do is I will send. Gosh, I don't. I think I will. I guess I would like to send Jacome over here. Yes, I think I do. I will take. No, over here actually. And I will take the 1 stone. And I think for the moment, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do... Well, actually... Yeah. I think that's... Sorry, deep in thought, but... Yes, that's all I'm going to do this turn. I'm going to pass it over.
Okay. I'll do an expensive turn, and hopefully it'll be worth it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Fane right here. I'm going to spend 1 coin to the coffers to do that. Now, because Fane is an artisan, I will get to get the bonus, which is a card. But I'll also spend 2 more coins to the bank, so I'll end up drawing 3 cards. And here they are for people to see. Ooh, quite fun, quite fun. And then, as an errand, I will not do anything this turn. But I will declare to the council that if somebody does potentially want to use the Scholar Circle, I can do my humble duty and deal with scorn.
All right. Good to know. I think I want to get on this lighthouse building and help Selene out. I only have 1 coin at the moment, but I do have a card in my hand, a research card that I will play called This Humble Merc. Play before you play a worker. That worker gains the spy and merchant skills for this round. So that means I can pretty much go to any space on the board without having to pay, and even if it's occupied. So I will take my noble and I will play them in space 13. I don't need to pay the tax, and I will take a gem and a food. And then because I used my noble, when I run my errand, a noble is able to pay a coin in place of a food, stone, gem, or magic. So I will build 3 levels of the lighthouse by paying 1 gem, and with the noble ability 1 coin in place of the 2nd gem.
Mhm.
So I will place my influence token there and move the tracker up 3. 1, 2, and 3. And that will be my turn.
All right. Well, you know what? I think I am going to be patriotic here and let you deal with Scorn over there. So I am going to go to the Scholar's Circle, and I'm going to take a gemstone with Valora, my noble. And as my errant, I'm going to use a coin in place of a gem, and also a gem to build 3 floors of the lighthouse. So that and that. And take my last influence and throw it up there. And 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
And that's me.
great. I think this turn I am gain some enemies and maybe, but I think Vath may end up really appreciating what I'm doing here. So with my final turn, I am going to invest in sending Asha to the coping to this spot. And we can draw the decree.
I like the gasp.
You can see what this is. Oh, very nice. That is tempting, super tempting, but I'm going to let evil.
But before you continue, you do need to send this cultist somewhere.
You do.
Oh, yes, I
Can't
do.
coexist in your space.
I'll send him. I need more money, guys.
Send him down to tier 1. Well, no, I can't arrest them down there anyways. Well, if you send them to number 9, they can get arrested.
Which spot is better? This one, if I put it here, just thinking out loud, they would force anyone trying to arrest them to go into this spot, which is kind of useless unless they've been arresting people. Or if I put it here, then I would send them into that spot or that spot, which is, I guess, either way. Yeah.
I think we're all broke at the moment, so
Yeah,
we can't go into tier 2 to go get that cultist. So if you want them arrested, you have to put them in 9, I think, is the only spot. If you're not too worried about it, play it wherever.
That's a good point. I mean, I suppose letting them take care of this would be the right move. But yeah, we'll do that. I like that. And yeah, I'm gonna vote for this one. So, and I think the other reason why Vath would like me this turn is I am going to, as my errand, send 2 stone to the lighthouse, freeing up this city need spot for him, should he choose to fulfill it. And that would give me my 1 point here.
All right.
There you go.
All right,
I did say I would do nice things, but I had a sense of evil overcome me.
I knew it.
Well, I
so
think
evil.
there's just a little bit of evil because everyone's contributed so much to the lighthouse, and it'd be so nice to cause some destruction. So I'm gonna play some cards. I'm gonna do some fun stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna interrogate the cultists, which allows me to move 2 trouble tokens from one threat to another. Now I'm gonna take one from the curse and move it over to Scorn's Well. Can only move from 1, so I couldn't trigger this, but this helps me hopefully trigger one another. Now, I'm aware that Kathy has a spy and that Kevin could arrest something, so Kathy can still move stuff. But they both have no money, and I want to make it really tough for them. So what I'm going to do is I think, a nice thing. Do I deal with one of the threats? Draw a threat and trigger it. I do like some wild card action. If I go here, I can block that. Oh, I don't have a coin. And I don't think paying a card for a coin would be worth it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to head on over. Okay, let me think this through. Because Kathy, in theory, could go here and arrest this cultist, and then Kevin cannot arrest this cultist. The
Right.
other thing that Kathy could do is go here. So I think I'm in a good place. I think I'm in a good place. So let's go here. I'll draw 2 food, just for some. Well, actually, no. I'll draw a stone. Stone will be more better for me. And then, for fun, I'll join in on the lighthouse in case it does survive, and I'll deliver my 2 stone to the middle section. And then I'll say go to Kathy.
All right. I wish I could say I had a trick up my sleeve, but I don't. Things are not going my way. I do not want scorn to go off and cause damage to the lighthouse, but I really see no way to stop that. I don't have the coin to use it, low garrison, to arrest this cultist up here. So I don't think there's anything I can do to prevent that. The votes also aren't going my way, but I think right now, since I have 0 money and that's what's preventing me from being able to do anything, I'm going to use my spy, cozy up to my pal Roland, and I'm just going to take 2 coin. And then as my errand, I will go ahead and meet that abandoned city need with 1 food and place my token there. That's my turn.
All right. Let's see. Back to me for my last turn of the round. So I will clearly, at the very least, go here and arrest this cultist. Since my player power lets me get 2 coins, 2 points, or cast a vote whenever I arrest a cultist, I'm going to go ahead and get that 2 coin, get that bounty off that cultist. And I don't think there's much I can do in terms of errands here. City needs are met. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in any further on this lighthouse. I've done as well as I can there. So that's going to be me.
Let's see what happens.
That's everybody. Okay, so first things first, then we do the city needs. So 1 point for orange. Let's see there, and 6 points for purple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's that, and there's that back where they were. So we get those influences back off of the city needs track. Then we are going to resolve the docket.
I do have a sway vote card that I would like to play.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna. It allows me.
I don't think you're going to. Oh, you have money? You have money? No.
Money. So it says play just before decrees are resolved for the round. I can choose 1 vote that has been cast. I can move it to another decree.
Oh,
If
no.
the vote belongs to another player, you have to pay them a coin. So I will be paying Selene 1 coin.
Yes, Kathy.
And I'm gonna move 1 of Selene's votes over to belt tightening.
Oh, never ask me for a favor again. All right, so belt tightening triggers. The lead sponsor, who is Kathy here, may choose any 2 city needs to discard. You don't have to. It's just an option.
May.
If you do, then you gain 8 victory points and you lose an influence.
I'm really just thinking of the city here. Let's get rid of these city needs so that they need less food each round. I think I'm just being a good counselor.
Oh boy.
They're not actually less hungry, you realize. They're just on short rations. It's not the heroic what you think it is. But you do get your 8 victory points and then lose 1 of your many influences like you care.
I
Oh dear.
lose an influence and move up 8.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
5, 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Well,
So you get those back.
the moment I've been waiting for now.
All right. Resolve the cult. Well, we have 1 cultist left on the board. It is number 17. So Bloop, Scorn escapes from his well and deals 4 damage, and all laws and elections that have been passed are discarded. So I also lose my election. This is not coming up Bath this turn. So 4 damage to the lighthouse. This all goes away. The scorn is discarded after doing all his damage.
Scorn so strong.
For the record, I don't win this game ever, so this is
team
not
doesn't
good.
let you. The team doesn't let you.
All right, so things have happened. Bad things have happened. So now we're going to go down to resolving the cult. We finish up that, so we're going to move the lighthouse down 1 space for every damage. So it goes down 4. 4, and the cult is going to get 5 victory points now. So go ahead and give that to them.
Mhm.
And then now we're going to go down to build the lighthouse. So the floors in this turn are worth 2 points each instead of 4. So I built 3, so 6 for purple, please. Go to Jane. Jane has built 5,
So
so
10,
10 for red.
and then 4 for me because I've only built 2,
Mhm.
and then 6 for Kathy.
All right.
I'm a
So
little behind, but I feel like it was worth it.
yeah. It looks like I'm still competitive at the moment. Woo! What an illusion! All right. This I'm gonna have to like do some nonsense to come back from this. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we've built the lighthouse. Now we're gonna seed the floor. Get your workers back. Past the first player marker. The coffers are empty, so we don't have to clean those out. So, alrighty. Up and the lighthouse over. Ready?
Yeah.
You guys are on top of it. Excellent. Thank you. Much
Vinna.
obliged. We're off to Vinna to refurbish the lighthouse. Since they technically do have a lighthouse, it's just the one they have now is like sparked off of the main lighthouse in Dinlux, and you want like independent lighthouses, so they're all got their own spark basically. For those who are lore sticklers.
Mhm.
All right, past the first player marker, did we? All right, and
Yep.
now we go back to the top of the round. We're gonna get our come on decrees. You got to help me out now. This is my time of need here. Official supply caravan. If passed, add a gemstone to the city needs. Then the lead sponsor may send a 3-floor supply shipment to the lighthouse site for free. That's nice.
That's-
Commendations. If passed, every sponsor of this decree gains an influence. Also nice. All right, and then we're going to unleash the cult. It's probably not going to be as god-awful as it was last turn, I'm imagining. We get number 1, number 5, and number 12. So just some various progresses on them. Okie dokie. But we could still have some trouble if none of the cultists get arrested this round. So
That's true.
right. The cult has been unleashed, so we're back to dispatch workers. And Ilya, you have the first player marker, so you're going to lead us off.
I'll kick things off by going right here to draw myself 2. So this is a guard, so I get to arrest the cultist, and I'll get to take this action. I'm going to get 2 food, one of which I'll place on the city needs as my errand. And me, myself, have fulfilled all of the city needs. I'm just so generous. Kathy, I'll pass it to you.
I hate you so much.
All right. Gosh, I want to get a cultist.
I knew I wasn't getting to touch that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think so. To get this cultist down here, I would have to go to the Scholar's Circle, give Ilya a card. I don't want to do that. So I think
He's done enough damage.
I will play my merchant up here next to this cultist. Since it's a merchant, I don't pay taxes, and I can basically arrest for free. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So I'm in a rough spot. I do have some things to my name. I have 2 arrested cultists, and you can trade in cultists at a couple spots on the board for other things. So let's see if there's something I can do here. We can trade those for magic or 4 coins each. So I could get a lot of money. Down here, I could trade them for a gem or 3 coins each without having to pay a tax. And up top, I could trade them for 2 influence each. That's pretty spicy. I do have to pay all my money to that though. And then blocking my own patronage. Okie dokie. You know what? Let's start small this round. I am going to go ahead and go here. I'm going to spend a coin. And I'm going to teach this worker how to be a guard. Because I would like a guard. So, errands, I got nothing to do here, so carry on.
Man, nobody wants to pay their taxes. I don't know why everybody's avoiding that so hard.
I wonder.
It's frustrating, yeah. I guess I'll send Win up here. Pay my 1 tax, but that goes straight to the bank, and then I'll take my 2 coins and a stone. And I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna do this round. Okay.
Sounds good. Well, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna arrest another cultist. This is not a guard, so I don't get to take the guard action, and because I played on it, I don't get the patron bonus. It's only if other players do that. And now, because I've done this, I will run an errand and deliver the top layer. Now I have no coins or money, so instead I'm going to use 2 cards, which I'll put up here. 1 in place of a coin, 1 in place of a diamond. Discard my cultist and place this one up here to go up 3 floors. The lighthouse of Vinna is rising, and Talos is happy. Kathy, over to you.
All right. I think I too want to get in this lighthouse because I have a cultist. So I think I'm going to take my noble and I'm going to play them down here at the fishing fleet. I'm going to gain 2 coins. And because this is a noble, I can spend a coin in place of another resource on this turn. So I think I will also build a 3-level portion of the lighthouse by paying a cultist, a coin, and then because of my noble, another coin in place of the gem. So I will put that there, and 1, 2, 3.
Kathy, we're such good counselors.
We are. Look at us go. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Kevin? Alrighty, let's see. I got 1 coin. I could go anywhere in the middle if I wanted to. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here and I'm going to get 2 coins, I think. I'm going to need to be stocked up before later in this round. So that's me.
Well. You send a 3-floor supply shipment to the lighthouse for free. But even if I send it for free, I still have to pay the cost, right?
No. You have to put an influence token, but it's free is free.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. That does change what I think I was going to do, but Choices. I think for now. Arrest a cultist anywhere in the city. Oh, I forgot that existed. Space 8.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a new space. So
Yeah.
could have. I think it was tied up last round when we were thinking about arresting those cultists, though. So.
Got it. And then for space 6, if I pay the coin, I still have to pay like two magic to thwart this one or something, right?
Mhm.
Right. You just don't have to send your seeker personally to go deal with the thing.
Right. Thank you for clarifying. I think I will this turn send Jacome to where do I want to send Jacome? I mean, I wish I had some tax money to invest in Jacome, but like,
There's always some
Tiny
free
violin out.
The stumps are attractive to go to. You get 2 food, you get a coin into food. That's nice.
yeah, I guess that's
To pay your own money to do things. Oh, it's a heartbreaker. I know.
You can also teach a worker a skill in the bottom, the space number 1.
Yeah, the artisan and the scholar, which is nice. But I think what I will do is I will just send Jacome here. I'll get my food and a coin. Easy peasy. And yeah. I guess I might as well. Well, do I want to get in it?
Well, do you want to get in and help drive the price up for them?
What do you mean?
Every time you build a floor on the lighthouse, it raises this up, which makes it easier for them to get it up to the 4. If you're only getting 1 floor out of it potentially to their, 3 or 6, I don't know. It may not be worth it this time.
Yeah, it's true. Good thought, Vath. Yeah, I guess I'll just pause there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, gee,
Plenty tall.
Because I really wanted to go to this space, and now I can to execute my master plan. I've been saving cultists this whole time, and I'm gonna make sure they're worth it. I'm gonna go here. Now I don't have a coin, but I do have a card. So I'm gonna discard that card, exchange it for magic, which can be used as a coin. So I'll place that 1 coin in the coffers to get 3 votes, 1 from the patron bonus because of Fane's ability, and 2 others, which will come in place of cards. Look at all these beautiful new cards that I've drawn that I will likely just use as resources. And then this turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade in 2 cards and a cultist to build another 3-level floor. I feel like my master plan all along. And then I'll pass it to Kathy.
All right. Let's see. I only have 1 coin. I think I'll leave my spy to last, and spy can go anywhere. So why don't we use Roland? I want to be able to get some cards out of his ability, but I don't want to spend my 1 coin. I think I'm just going to go down here, and instead of the 1 stone, I will take a research card. Let me just peek at it real quick. Okay, I'm good. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Oh. I'm going to pay a coin to the coffers. Never said I never do anything for you, Selene. And I'm going to send them to the Crimson Exchange, which I can use twice. I'm going to trade in 2 cultists there for 2 magic. Unlike Talos, I don't have easy access to these fancy resources. So, got to do it the hard way. All right, and I am going to not do any errands. So I'm done.
So many choices. Okay, I think I am going to send. God, it's so hard to choose what to do sometimes. I think I will end up. Yeah, I'm really torn. I mean, there's no. Let's see. Okay, draw a threat card, discard that threat, remove triggered. Okay. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to try doing this. I'm gonna. All right. Well, I'm gonna use the tax money. I think just one. Well, why not two? I want to see what happens. I'm gonna use two monies. I send my little spy. Actually, just one money. Let's not be too greedy. I'm gonna spend one tax money, send my spy up here.
You don't want to see another decree?
No, I want to see what you all do before I burn another tax dollar on this spot. So then I will go ahead and leave my vote. But then the question mark is, which one do I want to pass? The diamond is nice, but getting an influence is nice. The shipment is nice, but I mean, I guess I'm not helping them at this point. Yeah, I like the chaotic element. Let's vote for this one.
It is really nice because Vainglory gives you 12 victory points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
that's not a threat. That's a lighthouse.
Different one.
Yeah.
But it's still 12 points effectively because it's 3
Sure.
floors times 4, which I don't see any damage incoming this round. I could be surprised still, but I don't see any. So.
So I'm going to do that. And for my errand, I think I guess I will pay in. So I've got 2 coins that are not doing anything. So I will.
Must be nice to be rich.
I mean, so I'm going to pay 1 coin here. I'm going to pay 1 coin there. There we go.
All right.
That's it.
I will continue my evil escapades and play unearthed blackmail. I'm turning to the good side now. I am submitting the blackmail that's been received to draw 2 more cards through the votes for my ability. Now I gotta choose a location to go. Now, you know what? I don't have money, and I've been really needing money, and I'm feeling good about my victory points. So I'm gonna go to the shady dealer, and I'm gonna spend a victory point to get 2 coins from the bank. Now, what I'll do is I will exchange a card, a cultist, and a coin back to the bank to deliver the last. I've never done this before. 3 to the top tier. It feels good.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Talus's strategy from last time has panned out. I've done my duties. I've exerted my resources, and I'll pass it over to Kathy.
Wow.
Oh, your history's greatest monster.
So true.
All right. I'm going to play Scarlet Tonic, which says play the start of your turn. Instead of playing a worker, pick up one of your workers already in play and send them to a different space. So I'm going to pick up my merchant, which is C, and I'm going to move them up to space 18. So I don't have to pay tax because it's a merchant. And then it looks like Vath, who upgraded this space and is the patron, gets the patron bonus of a gem.
Yep. I've grabbed that. Thank you.
Yep. And then I will gain a gem and a food. And since I have so much influence, I might as well use the vote. And I will join Solen over here. And then as an errand, I will go ahead and pay a gem and a coin. Ooh. Actually, I think I'm going to hold off. That's my turn.
All right. Well, I am going to head out here with Valora, and I'm going to spend a magic and a coin with my noble ability to thwart this threat, the curse. Because I need to get some points from somewhere this round. So let's see. I've spent the 2 magic on the bottom effectively, so I get to take this card and keep it as a bounty. It's 8 points for purple.
37.
And geez, I guess I have to at least try and get in a little bit on this stuff. So let's spend a coin and a gem here to build a level 2 or a 2-floor chunk of the lighthouse. So I'm at least not getting skunked there. Which that'll have to do, I reckon. And that's me.
Okay. So if history serves my memory right, Kathy never innocently puts one vote wasted somewhere.
I wouldn't count on it, no.
Yes, no, I don't think that's a thing that Kathy does. So, so really the question is, what do you do about it, right? Like, it's kind of a waste of a move, but I think I have to do it. Kathy's just forcing my hand. But yes, indeed, I will pay 1 tax and my last spy to this. Well, I don't even have enough influence to do it. So
you could go to number 9, I think. Just 1 vote, but that's enough that you have your influence there.
Yeah.
Or 18, because you could get a better contribution to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
But you'd give Kevin a diamond. And have to pay an extra
Probably
coin.
fine. It's probably fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll pay 1 more. Send Asha over here. I will use my last vote. Just to see whatever Kathy chooses to do there. And I will get my food. And then for that final gem, well, I guess there's nothing else I could do. I could have just used it to do a shipment, but
Oh, then you'd have to pull the influence.
yeah. So I think I'll just stick.
Not very influential, this game, Selene.
I know.
It translates into a 3-floor build anyways. So
that is true. That is true.
I think this is the smart play here. So, right, and I think Ilya, you're out of workers. So Kathy, you got your last play left.
All right. So Jane read me correctly. I was planning on voting, but now that's kind of out of my hands because Talus has the first player marker, and I don't know which way Talus would go. So I think I will pay my spy here instead. Pay 1 to the coffers and get 2 coins and a stone. And then as my errand, I will pay a coin and a gem to build 2 levels of the lighthouse.
I love this. We've had 2 party rounds on this whole like lighthouse building thing where we got to the top and we're like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the threats have been pretty toothless so far. We'll see how that goes next round. All right, so that's everybody. We've all played out, so we're gonna go down to Night's Fall. Oh,
hold on. Last time when I did pay that 1 house floor here, I forgot to give myself a bonus point, so I will do that now. That's all. My single points.
All right, so we're gonna go to Resolve City Needs. Some bum gets a point there.
Oh, it's me.
And then you get that back. And then we're going to next resolve the docket. So Jane, you're going to get to build a 3-floor thing there, and we add a gemstone to the city needs. So you can just take one of these 3 here and just move it over to here, basically.
Now, do I get still another bonus point for sending a shipment, even if it was free?
Doesn't matter. You built a shipment. Your power says you get a point.
It's still a point. It matters.
So those are taken care of.
Did you grab your point, Jane?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
Next, we're going to resolve the cult. There are no cultists on the board. There's no damage to be dealt. The cult gets a point for victory points, which they're slacking a little bit right now, but we'll see how it goes. And then we're going to build the lighthouse with a grotesque amounts of points on it. And I'll take my tiny 8 points. All right, 1, 2, 3, 5. There we go. I've passed the 50. Yay. Feeling good about that at least. All right, let's see it.
5 times 4 is 20. So Kathy's at 9. And then Jane got 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So 7, so 43, matching with you, Kevin. And then 9 times 4 is 36.
Wow.
So I'll go 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which I'm actually not that far behind Kathy. Or not that far ahead behind Kathy. So, but that was a lot of hard work from my last round. The saving those arrests.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. And then we do get to seed the floor after. So we take all our folks back and pass the first player marker.
All right. So next we're going to Radmer to build the next lighthouse, which is the Dragon's Favor space. All right. Make sure we clear out the coffers, the government waste at the end of the round,
Mm-hmm.
It's a
and
shame.
get our workers back. I'm slacking here. There we go.
2 more rounds to go.
Yep. 2 more rounds. Okie dokie. So let's see. Back to the top, prep the docket. We have an election for special funding for a coin each round, and we have execution order. If passed, the lead sponsor chooses up to 3 cultists numbered 1 through 18 and returns them to the box for the end of the rest of the game, then gains an influence.
Oof.
So that's interesting. And then we're going to unleash the cult. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're going to have a special moment here this round. So first, number 3 goes off.
Callous as well.
Ugh.
Grief.
All the wall
You had
masters.
all of the, all the big guys this round. This game. We have 15.
Ooh, cult activity.
Why are you
Oh,
so excited
okay.
about that, Talus? Suspicious.
Cult activity. Each time a trouble would be added to this threat, instead add 1 trouble to all other threat spaces, and the cult gains 3 victory points. Oh, I don't like where this is going. All right, and then we have the cult leader comes out, which is a 6, a 12, and an 18 effectively. So this one triggers, which puts another one on the 6, another one on this one, and then the cult gets 3 victory points for that. And then you will notice that Vainglory has had enough to go off.
Oh my.
So Vainglory deals 2 damage and triggers every other threat in play.
Oh goodness.
We thought we had it easy.
So fortunately, cult activity doesn't actually say it does anything for being triggered, so that's good. It's just when trouble would be added, it does a thing. However, Callous as well. If triggered, draw 3 threat cards and add them to the hidden threats without looking at them. Oh Lord, that's a big spicy meatball there. I don't think I've ever seen. I think this is actually the first time we've managed to see Callous go off.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So there's now
Wow.
8 hidden threats.
I think
Eight
for
good.
reference, a lot of the threats are like 1 to 3. So we've seen like all the big ones this game, which is pretty wild.
Yep. And let's see, was there one more to go on this? I don't think so. I think that one just goes away. So I think this is what it looks like after all that mess.
Oh, that was
All
a
right.
spicy.
So can we pause and talk about how the cult, like, does the cult have a chance of winning, or are we kind of like
Oh,
so
yeah.
ahead?
Okay, so the cult is going to receive all the victory points for all the threats, all the hidden threats at the end of the game. And so on average, threat cards are worth about 7 victory points. I will say we've seen all 3 masters, which are like the 3 most expensive ones. So we know they're not in the pile, at least. But if this is an average of 7 each, then we're looking at like 56 points for the cult. So they're actually at about 66 instead of 10 right now, in theory. So that's potentially exciting. We are still producing quite a lot of points, so you know they may not be able to catch us regardless. But if they have some really good cards in their hidden thing, that could be a higher number. So
Mhm.
it's a little iffy there what we're looking at. So all right, but we have unleashed the cult for the round. So it is Kathy. You have the first player marker. So lead us into the day's light, please.
All right. I think I'm going to start off by playing my merchant. Actually, why not? Let's see how. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Kelsey, before you go,
Yeah.
we did draw the second cult leader.
Oh,
So
good call.
the cultists would actually get discarded and be placed back into the bag.
Mhm.
Now, luckily, none of us actually have cultists, but if we did have cultists, those would be discarded as well.
Yeah, so all discarded cultists, including the 2 leaders, as well as any arrested cultists at the moment, go back in the bag once that second leader is resolved and hits the discard pile, basically. So it resets the bag, gets it ready for use again. Any cultists that are either on their way out onto the board or on the board, they stay out, of course. But it's sort of like a little jailbreak for the cultists. So, all right, carry on, Kathy.
Okay, I'm going to play my merchant. And I'm going to go here to necessities and take a food and a gem. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the food and the supply because I'm going to meet this city need as my errand.
Okay.
No, I think I'll just run the one errand. So that's it.
All right. A lot of my plans have been dashed to pieces this game. I'm still keeping up, at least for now. But I don't have a lot of income that I have access to. My powers are kind of turned off a lot, so I need to figure out what's my new plan here. All right, so I do have a guard now, so I can use a space and arrest a cultist at the same time, which is probably the play here while there's a cultist available. These spaces are not super great for me. This one's a bit better, but not amazing.
Diamond's pretty nice.
I could get a diamond. Diamond's pretty nice. Or a card even. You can get a card and give you a card and then also arrest a cultist. You know what? I'm okay with this deal. You've gone to my space enough times. I feel fine about giving you a card. It's not like you're not going to get cards somehow. So, but I want a card too. I've always wanted a card. All right, there's a card.
Oh boy.
And I will arrest this cultist here. My guard. And I can get 2 coins, 2 points, or cast a vote. Do I want points this time? I think I probably got to take coins, honestly. It's stupid to sit at 0 money, especially early in the round. I'm going to do this, and you know what? I'm going to do my civic duty. I am also going to meet a city need by paying a gemstone. Ugh.
So noble.
Well, that does change what I was about to do, but because I don't think I want to pass up this wonderful opportunity. I think poor Win here, my orc amputee, has been waiting so long to become a spy. So I will send my little orc over here. You are now deputized a spy. Congratulations. We still have one more lighthouse, right? Just making sure it wasn't like, okay.
Yeah, we got one more after this. So.
All right. There you go. Congratulations, Win. that's it. I'm not going to do anything else this turn.
Before someone takes it from me, I'm gonna do my fun action that gets me 3 cards. I'm gonna spend my 1 coin to the coffers and then draw 3 cards, prepping me for the round. Now I don't know if I want to. I feel like the lighthouse is already getting damaged, so it's not going to be an ideal place. Maybe I work on something else. But I'll play some cards. I'm going to play the Friendly Alchemist, which will get me 3 coins. Or it could have also got me a coin and a stone or a diamond. And then I'm going to spend one of my coins to play Invest in the Coping. So now if anyone goes in location 16, 17, or 18, I will get 2 coins from the bank. And then I'll pass my turn at this point. I will not run an errand.
All right.
I'm going to play my noble down here at the fishing fleet, and I will gain 2 coins. And that is my errand. I will deliver 3 shipments to the lighthouse. Since I used a noble, I can use a coin in place of one of those 2 gems. So I'll play a gem and a coin, and I will build 3 levels. Now, obviously, there's going to be damage done to the end, so I want this high enough to at least be in the positive. I don't want
definitely you want at least 2 points for your lighthouse floors. That's kind of the break-even point in the game. So,
and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Okey-doke. Well, since I've been left alone here, I might as well. I think I will go. Which of these do I want to block more? Probably 11. We don't really need more cards for Ilya. I'm going to go here, and instead of using the space, I'm going to arrest this cultist. Arresting a cultist gets me 2 coins, 2 points, or a vote. I think I might want to cast a vote. You know what? I do want to vote. We need to have a little bit harsher penalty for these cultists.
All right. So I'm gonna take Elna. I think that's their name. Is it your name? Elna? Elma? Oh, my eyes are so bad. Elna. Yes, sorry, Elna. My little spy, Elna. I'm gonna take them over here to share that space with someone. I'm gonna exchange my 4 food for 2 gems.
All right. So using sea trade twice, 2 food for a gem 2 times. All right. And it's probably a good time to point out that if you look at Fane's workers, you'll see that a lot of them have pieces of art on them instead of letters. That's actually what we're working towards. So all the workers will be illustrated by the time we're done. So.
And if you pledge at the $1,000 tier, you could. We are offering the chance to get your face in it. So for our ultimate backers, you would also get you would potentially have your face or likeness as a worker for one of these seeker boards. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's just kind of a nice thing for friends of the company mostly. So
yes, just friends. It's a fun thing for our biggest supporters.
Yeah. So were you going to do an errand, or were you done?
You do?
I do, but I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to hold tight with him. So thank you for checking.
Alrighty.
I will take. Let's get the names. Ella into the city planning, and what I'll do is I'll spend the 2 coins and 2 cards from my hand. Oh no! Okay, the card. Does anyone see it?
No.
No.
Okay, a card has disappeared from my hand. I promise I have
Okay,
two
well,
cards.
Karma? No.
I'll trust you.
You could
Yes,
instant
yes.
replay, like watch the card disappear. But I'll
One
spend.
shot way up here. Maybe it's this wise
Oh,
skull.
it was the Wise Skull. I was just gonna say
All right.
the Wise Skull would have been a really good card for me to have earlier in the game,
Yeah.
but I missed out on the opportunity. But I paid 2 cards. Now I can upgrade one of the higher tier locations, and I think I'll do location 7, or 17,
Pretty good one.
sorry, and
Yeah,
then
the lighthouse.
place my influence there and grant myself 10 points,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my turn.
All right. I'm going to use Roland. I'm going to go down here to the boardwalk. I will gain a food, and instead of the second food, I will gain a card since Roland has the Scholar ability. And let me peek at it. All right. And I think, yeah, I think that's it.
All right. How do I want to do this? All right, I'm going to send Ballora out here. And let me check something real quick. Okay, that's not bad either. So I'm going to send Valora out here, and I'm going to thwart the cult activity. I'm going to spend 2 cultists, and then I'm going to use Valora's noble place to pay a coin instead of a magic, so I can hang on to that magic for now. And that thwarts cult activity for 8 points.
I moved you up, Kevin.
Thank you much. Alrighty. I think that is me. Can't do any errands. Yeah, I'm not really gonna get on the lighthouse. That's fine. That's fine. I'm doing other things. So great.
All right. And for my turn, I would like to. I think Jacome deserves a promotion too. What do you guys think? I think he's been helping out the poor a really long time. He's really, really wanted the city to invest in him to become a scholar, which I think is on the back of this card, is it? The
Back of artisan, yeah.
pretty slow. Congratulations, Jacome. You are now a scholar. Congrats.
All right. All right. Any city need or any errands?
No, I think,
All right. Holding pattern it is.
yes.
All right. Back to you, Ilya.
I will go to Isabel's Emporium and grab myself my 2 well-earned coins, and then I will pass.
All right. I'm going to play my spy up here. Let's go here at necessities. I will pay 1 in taxes. And I will take a food and a gem. And then I have 2 errands since Elias has an extra. So for 1, I will pay a food and a gem to build 2 levels of the lighthouse. 1, 2. And then for my other errand, I will build 1 additional by paying 2 food. And put that there. And that's my turn.
All right. You've done some good work building that lighthouse by yourself.
Mhm.
Good job.
Truly.
All right. This is the worst thing there ever was, but I'm going to go to my own location 18, pay a coin and a magic to do it.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow.
The coffers. In the situation where you pay a magic into the coffers, you discard the magic and put a coin in the coffers. And then I'm going to use the Varn estate to do 2 trades of threats for sentries.
Oh, for centuries. I think Kevin has something up his sleeve.
I don't.
I do
I just want
too.
to do this. I've always wanted to have 4 sentries. I'm going to get 4 sentries. Dang it!
Uh-huh.
Like it could happen that more city needs come out. Like there's There's still time. It could be great. And I'm going to be first player next round. So
There is an interesting space in 13 called the High Gate,
Mm.
which does grant the cult some victory points and some cult influence to the player who places there.
yeah, that's true too. That's true too. But it's kind of slow.
Yeah, you'll need some spies
It's,
to make that happen.
so
That's
so I
fair.
don't know that that's my strategy.
Ooh,
But,
and
that's me.
because you
Who's
went
next?
to number 18, I get 2 coins from the coffers.
Oh, right.
Not the coffers,
Right.
sorry, the bank.
Mm.
This is probably a terrible move on my part, but I want my sentries. Dang it! I feel like I could get 10 points instead, but I just don't think that's gonna pay out the same. So
Yeah. Well,
maybe I'm crazy. We only got one more round. Should I take the 10 points instead?
mm.
Ah, man. So this is right now. This is an extra 2 points for this, and then it's an extra 2 points for every city need I meet next round, which right now maxes out at 6 total.
Mm.
So there have to be at least 2 more to come out to make that up. You know what? This is insane. I'm not doing this. I'm bad at this game, but I shouldn't make myself worse at this game than I already am. So I'm gonna take 10 points instead of that. Like that's just a terrible idea. All right.
Wait, okay, so what did you end up doing? I'm lost. Okay, so
I
you...
traded my 2 threats for 5 victory points each instead.
Oh, I see, I see.
Do threat for 5 there instead of sentry. So
Mm-hmm.
did that instead. All right. Back to you, Jane. I think it's your turn. No, you and Ilya both have a warrior left.
Right. So I think I will actually just I wish I had more of a purpose for using the coffers, but I don't. But I will send Asha.
There's always space 14 if you don't have anything amazing to do.
Oh, I do have amazing things to do. So I will send Asha there.
All right.
I will pay my 2 diamonds for no reasons.
So it starts.
It
No
begins.
reasons. You know, just there's good
Well, you
trades happening.
remember when you get cult influence, you take it out of your bag from your unused influence first.
Oh, unused influence. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, so that's even better.
Yep.
Whoa, that would have been...
So 2 cult influence, and what's that? 3 victory points for the cult, you say?
Oh, yes, yeah.
It is.
All right. Well,
That
3
goes
points for the
from
cult.
10 to 13 points.
Well, plus the potential 56 we're sitting on there.
That's very true. Okay, so I'm appreciative that Jane didn't contribute to Radner. Actually, you still do have 1 errand, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't think you can do anything with it because you don't have the supplies.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I'm not going to contribute because I don't want to give Kathy more points.
Yeah.
I really wanted to. I don't think I can do this, but I can prep myself for my next turn to set myself up for success. I'm going to go here in my own spot. Where do I... also, what are the votes? Let's see what the votes are like.
The execution order or the 1 coin, basically. Neither is super amazing.
Not super drawn to either of them, but I will go here. What I'll do is I'll grab... I'll spend 2 points to the coffers, and then I can use any ability below, and I have an extra errand. The errand I won't use, but I will go here and I'll draw food and a diamond. And that will be my turn.
Alrighty. And that's everybody. So let's go resolve the round then. So city needs. All right. So 1 point for orange, for taking care of that, and 3 points for purple for taking care of that. Grab your city need back. We've been good about taking care of those this game. There haven't been any extra cultists from it. Resolve the docket. I am unopposed on execution order, so I will kill off 3 cultists. Let's see. Number 18 is definitely going. It is chooses up to 3 cultists numbered 1 through 18. So yeah, So I want 18 gone. I want 10 gone. And I want 7 gone. So let's see if I can find them now. They're probably in the bag.
Okay. While Kevin's doing
Alright.
that, we'll proceed to the next step, which is resolving the cult. Now, there's no cultists remaining in the city, but we do decrease the damage on the lighthouse down 2. And then the cult will score an additional 6 points there. And we'll describe these.
All right. So 18, 7, and 10 are gone from the game.
Gone.
And I do get an
then,
influence for doing that. So I will take my influence.
and then we build the lighthouse. So Kathy has 6. 6 times 2 is 12.
All right.
22.
Thank you.
Ooh, look at all of
Picture,
us closing up to each other.
Yeah, we're actually pretty close this game. It's not bad. All right. Lighthouse is built. Seed the floor. Workers come home. We empty the coffers. And pass the nugget. The speakers battalion.
And the next lighthouse is Hallstatt to finish off the game.
All right. Cultist food and gem. Good times. All right. Is that everybody up? There's BC. All right. So we go to the new round. Prep the docket. See what we get. Election and a law. Special research grant. When passed, the city needs are increased by a coin at sunrise each round. This card's owner gains a card. Beacon of Light Act. If passed, add 3 coins the city needs. After this, at the start of each sun's rise, move the lighthouse tracker up 3 spaces. All right, so it's a little bit late on that law there, but that's all right. Now we are playing with the rule that we're trying out at the moment, which is any cultists that are drawn on the last turn for unmet city needs will also trigger. So otherwise they would get stranded there. So we're going to try out having them resolve now at the end of the round. Okay, so we get our 3 cultists. That's a spicy thing. Okay. How's this going to go out? Looks like a 2, a 14, and then everybody.
Ooh, trade disruption. And 14, the thing in the tunnels.
Oh, I think did I put that there? Okay. All right. And then we put a dot on all 3 of these. So the middle one is also going to get a thing in the tunnels. Lots of things in the tunnels. Trade disruption goes off. Each time this threat trouble would be added to the threat, each player instead returns a resource of their choice to the bank, and the cult gains 3 victory points. The resources are the things listed down here. They do not include cultists or threats, just for people's information. Looks like I'm broke, so I'm fine. Whatever.
Did anyone move the cult up?
It looks like other people's problem to me.
Did the cult get moved up already? No. I will move it up 3. 19 to 22.
I discarded a coin.
I discarded a food.
All right, make sure. Oh, stone from Jane. Ouch. All right. Well, it could go off more this round, so still got the 2 out there on the board. Okie dokie. So I have the floor momentarily here.
Did the cult get their victory points? Just want to make sure that we're playing this fair.
Yeah, we did the 3. We did the 3 for the trade troubles. All right. So I need to do some stuff. What is the stuff I need to do? I have no money. So, okay. Let's start down here. Send my guard to this space. Arrest this cultist here. Use this space. So vote an errand. Or, oh, geez. Can I not? Can I not get food this way? This is no good. Okay, no, this is a bad plan. All right. It's only 3 points, though, Kev. No, let's do this. I don't want to self-sabotage myself. I'll arrest the cultist. I will get. Do I want to do the vote? I don't think I care about the vote. I don't care about the vote right now. I want money. Give me money.
Mhm.
I'll take 2 coins there, and then I can get 2 points or cast a vote, or 2 coin. 2 coins, cast a vote, or 2 points. I think in this situation, do I want the money? Do I want the points? This is a tight game. I might want the points here. You know what? I'm going to take the points. Could do an errand, but sadly, kind of feeling broke, so I will not do an errand. C'est la vie.
Yep. Jane, take us away.
Okay. I wish we had more money in the coffers, but that severely limits my ability to do a lot. Sad. I know you guys are all really sad for me too. Mm-hmm.
Well, if nothing else, you can meet a city need this round or this turn. So
Yes. I think I will. What do I want to do? I think. Well, I find this tempting, so I will send little Asha over here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops.
Yep.
I'll get
So-
me
research card and 2 coins.
2 coins and a research. Yeah. All right. That's it for me.
All right.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna use my guard to go here or here. No, I'll go there. I'll arrest for 1 coin. I'll arrest this cultist. And then I'll get 2 coins and the stone. That's my turn.
All right.
Okay. I am going to take Roland all the way down to the Shady Dealer. And I'm going to trade in a research card for 3 coins. I'll discard that. And in place of one of the coins, I will get a new card.
Oh, real quick, just because we've never mentioned it, city planning and shading dealer. You see how they're not circles at the bottom? Those
Yeah.
are unlimited spaces. Any number of people can go to those spaces.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
All right, let me just peek at this card. Yeah, I'll just hold on to that for now. And that will be my turn.
sounds good. Okay, back to me. I have those fellows left. What do I want to do? Where can I get points? Well, all right. I think we've do that. Is that okay? I think that's probably fine here. Do that and that. You know what? Yeah. So I'm going to pay 2 coins to the coffers here. And I'm going to send one of my workers once again to my space, which, not the best thing ever, but I'll do it. It gets me a food, a gem, and a vote. I'll spend the food for my errand. I'll take the gem. And For the vote, we'll put it there. Sure. I'm gonna vote. Is that what I wanted to do, or did I want to do the other one? Your... No, I'm such a waffly player. I'm sorry. So I will take the other food and 2 stone instead of that. So I'm getting 2 food and 2 stone effectively. I spent the 1 food to put a city need in place, and that's my errand. I'm done. Okay.
Oh, I get 2 coins because you went to the coping.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out.
I'm rich.
I don't know that you have enough actions to actually use up all them coins at this point, so I'm not sure I'm worried.
Mhm. Okay, my turn, right?
Mhm.
I am. Hmm. Let me think. Okay. Sorry, something changed my mind about what I could do, and so I'm just doing the mental math in my mind. I probably should share it with all of you, but I um in the interest of greed, I will do this in my mind. uh, let me think. Okay, so it's not gonna make a big difference. Okay. So I think what I will do well, first of all, call for recount, pounding table. I have to pay a task, right, to do that?
Huh?
All right, so there goes my my
No,
task.
you just play during your turn. You still have an errand left. So
I still have
choose
an
one
errand.
law or election in play that has been previously passed and add it back to the docket to be voted on again.
Which one? Uh
Are there any?
this one. No? Oh no, that's a card. Oh shoot, that was a card that he played. I thought it was a law that got passed.
No.
Oh, the scorn undid all the laws earlier, so
That's right. That's right. Okay, never mind. So I'll take that
no
back.
worries.
I'm ashamed. I thought I just misread that card. It's okay. All right, then
I'll still remember the intent.
Sure. I think instead I will just use the tax money in this case to send Jack home, my little scholar. Let's send him up over here. I will take a gem. I will take a card instead of the food.
Mhm.
And let me read this card and see what it is. Well, sure. I guess I'll play that one. And then I don't have to pay anything for it, do I? No, I don't.
Nope.
Woohoo. And then I will, what do I want to do? For my errand, I want to, yeah, I guess that's it. I don't want to do anything else. So that's it.
Okay. I will go to my magic spot with Fane, pay 1 coin to the bank, and then draw 3 cards. We'll see what they are. Is there anything spicy? Ooh, there sure is. And then what I'll do to end my turn is I'll spend a food, a cultist, and a diamond to contribute to the lighthouse, since I don't want the cult getting too many points over there.
Mhm.
And that's my turn.
All right. That makes me think twice about contributing to the lighthouse, but I will just move forward with my plan. I'm going to play my noble down here at my favorite spot, the fishing fleet. I will get 2 food. I'm also going to play friendly alchemist. And I'm going to gain a gem from it. It allows me to gain 3 coins, a coin and a stone, or a gem, and I'm going to take the gem.
Mhm.
And then as Elias, I have 2 errands. So for one, I will pay a gem and a food to build 2 levels of the lighthouse. One,
Oh,
two. And then for my second errand, since I played a noble this turn, I can pay a food and a coin instead of a gem to build another 2 levels of the lighthouse. 1, 2. That's it.
well, that's tricky.
That's not great. All right. Let's see. Okay. What's this? What's the plan then? I think. Well, the first part of the plan is easy. Play during your turn. Appropriate funds. Play during your turn to take any amount of money from the coffers, then lose an influence. I will take all of the money from the coffers, and I'll lose an influence.
So, Len,
All right. So now that I've got some money, I am going to. How do I want to do this? Got food there. That's not super helpful, but I can maybe get on that in a little bit. All right. Do that. I need a gemstone, though. Are there any gemstones floating around that I can get to?
there is this one.
There is the one that gives you a free card. It's always the one that gives you a free card.
Hey, I don't mind it either. You know, it's the horseshoes are a wonderful place to visit.
Yeah, all right. Y'all can have your filthy lucre. I'll go there. I'll get the gem,
One of those.
and I'm going to immediately send it to meet a city need. And that will be my errand. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so for my turn, yeah, you know, I guess I'll just go ahead and do that. So I will send my one little spy. We'll send Elna up here to submit even more gems to just really secure the victory. I don't know. I'm betting. I'm betting in a direction. I'm sure you tell. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. 1, 2, and then 3 votes for
Points
this.
for the cult.
It's this way, right? 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
2, 3. Yeah, 3, not 30.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. What to do? What to do? This is a spicy meatball over here.
Mm.
That seems nice. I don't think I'm gonna do the lighthouse yet. I'm gonna go here, and I'll spend 2 cards. 1, 2, and 2 coins to upgrade this last spot. Place my influence,
Mhm.
and then get 10 victory points.
Nice.
And I could run an errand. But do I want to is the question. I think I do. I'm going to do 2 cards to do the middle,
Mhm.
running out of my influence. I could, in theory, draw influence from these 2 later on if I want to. But that'll be my turn.
All right. I'm going to play my merchant way up at the lighthouse so that I can take the gem and food from necessities, which
Mhm.
my errand, I will just use it to build 2 levels of the lighthouse.
Ugh, jeez.
And that will be my turn.
Oh, God.
All right. So y'all are there. Okay, this is worth 7 here. This is going to be worth more. 3 times 4 is 12. So yeah, that's clearly the thing to do. Is there any other points I can get a hold of on this turn? Not many. You can get like an extra point maybe. So I need to hang on to this. It says it's a food, a cultist, and a diamond. All right, so cultist, food, and since I'm using Valora, that's my diamond. So I got 2 coin left there. I got 2 stone left there. Okay, so that makes that's the smart. That's the smart play here. Then is to go here, pay 2 stone and 2 coin.
Whew.
To upgrade a middle space, tier 2 space. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade Montaigne Manor for 7 points, and I'll put my influence there because why not? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then for my errand, I will spend a cultist, a food, and a gem. Wink, wink. To build a 3-floor lighthouse, which I will go ahead and just pull that back since I'm otherwise poor, and that will be everything I've got. That's my game. All right.
All right, I will pay the tax to send this person over here. I will pay 2 coins to get 2 research cards. And
Ooh, anything good?
I hope I will. Dang it. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know what to. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it.
Okay. As my last turn. Oh, okay. It would be nice to go in here. That's 8 points. If I upgrade this, that's only 7 points. So I should try to go in here. So I think my smart play is to go here, get 2 food, and then use a food and my card. It flew again, all the way up there. And I can actually trade this card in for a diamond, which I'll do instead of doing my cheeky power. And then move my influence from here to here as my last turn.
All right.
My last
Bring us home, Kathy.
My last worker is a spy, so I will pay, let's see, 1 coin to the coffers to play my spy here. I will take that gem and that food, which then for my errand, I will immediately use to build 2 levels.
Woohoo.
All right.
And that's it.
Okie dokie.
Last round.
All right. First things first, resolve city needs. I have met all the city's needs, so that's 6 points for me. We're not going to worry about cleaning that up. Resolve the docket. Let's see. What shall we pass? I'm going to pass the special research grant since I have the first player marker, and since I also have the first player marker, I will break the tie in my favor. Not that it matters, but you know, it's fun. All right. Next, we're going to resolve the cult. There's nobody on the board. The cult is nowhere to be seen. They do get a point, however, because they did participate in the round. There's no cultists on the thing. If there were any cultists on the city needs track, they would immediately trigger at this point too, because it's the last round. So now let's do the build the lighthouse. So there's a million points over here.
My
So
God.
let's see.
Ugh.
They are 4 points per floor. So I'm going to get a mighty 12 points. 1, 11, 12, which puts me over 100. Ilya, you've got 3, 5, 7 floors. So that's 28 points for you.
My God.
1, 2, 3, down 2. I broke this first time. I broke 100. Woohoo!
And then Kathy, you've built 8 floors. So that's 32 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay.
All right. So that is the lighthouse. See, the floor doesn't matter. Government waste. So we have gotten all the points we're getting at this point. Which makes me very sad.
Yeah.
But let's see.
A long shot. A very, very long shot.
It is a long
We
shot.
still have
but
to see how many points the cult actually has, and they have quite a few cards here. Like they racked it up because of Callus there.
Okay.
So let's see. Where are they at right now? They're
We're
at
26.
36. Okay. So they get 10, 16,
Ooh,
26.
Hold on. Hold on. Total or?
Okay. Okay. So 10 first. They were at 36, right?
Yep.
So now they get 6,
Yep.
10,
Yep.
4,
Yep.
8,
Yep.
8,
Mhm.
10,
Mhm.
and 8.
Yeah.
So they scored 90.
So they were a little bit behind us, a little bit more neglect of the lighthouse in the middle there, and it might have gone off. It was interesting because of all the big threats at the start. There was not a lot of cult activity initially.
Mhm.
So let's see. It looks like you win, Ilya.
I did it.
Are you at 100? 112? Yep.
And then
Kathy, you're in
was-
second at 104, I believe. And then Jane is the 50
Distant
something,
last.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've actually got third then at 101.
Yeah.
And Jane went for the cult victory. So really you're at 90. At 90, honestly, since that's where you were putting your points.
Yep.
So reasonably tight game there.
Yep.
And
Yay.
that's how it plays.
Now this Kinfire Council. If you want to learn more, check out our Kickstarter page. Learn more details. There's tons more coverage on there. Our rulebook, the Tabletopia demo. Is there anything else anyone wants to say before we wrap up?
I did my best, but I'm awful at this game as usual. So
Yeah, I don't. It was really fun. I mean, I feel like we play this quite regularly, and I think I've enjoyed playing game over game with you all.
Same.
Always a blast.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much. Have a
Thank you
great
everyone
day.
for joining.
Thanks for watching.
thanks for playing.